Can you give examples of static pawn levers? Have you ever wondered how certain pawn structures can create long-term advantages in chess? Today, we will discuss static pawn levers and provide examples to illustrate their importance. A pawn lever is a situation where pawns create tension, often positioned diagonally to each other. While many think of pawn levers as dynamic moves, static pawn levers maintain that tension without immediate exchanges. This can be a strategic choice to keep options open for future moves. Static pawn levers allow players to maintain flexibility. By not resolving the tension, you can adapt to changes in the position and wait for a more favorable moment to exchange pawns. This can be particularly useful in the opening phase of the game. For instance, consider a position with pawns on d for and c5 against an opponent's pawns on d5 and c6. Here, you might choose to keep the tension instead of exchanging immediately. This decision allows you to develop your pieces while preparing for potential pawn breaks later. Another example can be found in the French defense. In this opening, black often plays e6 and d5. White can respond with c4, creating a static pawn lever. By maintaining this tension, white can control central squares and limit black's mobility. This setup can lead to a more favorable position for white as the game progresses. Static pawn levers also help control key squares. For example, if you have pawns on e4 and d4, and your opponent has pawns on e5 and d5, you can maintain the tension. This control can restrict your opponent's development and create opportunities for your pieces to become more active. When considering static pawn levers, it is essential to weigh the benefits of maintaining tension against the risks. If your opponent can safely exchange pawns and improve their structure, it might be better to resolve the tension. However, if keeping the tension allows you to prepare a strong initiative or limit your opponent's options, it could be the right choice. In summary, static pawn levers are a powerful tool in chess. They help maintain flexibility, control key squares, and prepare for future moves. By understanding how to use static pawn levers effectively, you can gain a strategic advantage in your games.